If V1, V2, Vn is the basis of V over the field F, and these are in V, which are linearly independent over field F, then we have M is always less than equal to N. We have to show this. So we take clearly every vector in V is a linear combination of this. We know because this is our basis, so every vector in V can be written as a linear combination of the element of this. In particular, if I take Wm, is a linear combination of this because Wm is also an element of V, so it will be also a linear combination of these vectors. Okay, so if I put here, if I take this set, then this set will be linearly dependent. Okay, this set will be linearly dependent. Moreover, these are the vectors which span V. By the corollary, we can use this corollary, so that this is the statement of the corollary which we are using. If V is a finite dimensional vector space, and if this spans V, then some subset of this forms a basis of V. Means if only this spans V, so we can find from here only some vectors which are linearly independent, which will form a basis for V. So from here also we are taking this set here. So we are taking this set Wm, V1, V2 till Vn are linearly dependent. So from here we can find some set. Okay, so from here we can find some set which will span this vector space, and it is linearly independent. So I'm taking in this that some proper subset of this Wm, Vi1, Vi2 till Vik with k less than equal to n minus 1 will form a basis of V. Okay, because this is also linearly independent and it is capable to span the vector space. So we have this is your new basis. Okay, at least one Vi. Now we'll again repeat this process. We take another vector here, and this set we are considering this set. Okay, this is again a basis. Okay, this is a basis. This is linearly dependent. We know this is linearly independent. From here again, we can choose a subset of this which is linearly independent and it is capable to span V. So I'm choosing in this. We can extract from here. So we take this where s is less than equal to n minus 2. Now we going on proceeding this procedure. Keeping up this procedure, we eventually get down, means we go on proceeding this way, so we'll eventually got down a basis of this form. Okay, we get a basis of this form w2 dot wm minus 1 wm v alpha beta till, and since w1 is not a linear combination of w2 till wm minus 1, the above basis must actually include some v. To get to this basis, we have introduced m minus 1 w's. So you can see here how many w's we have introduced. We have introduced altogether from 2 till m, we'll have m minus 1 w. So we have introduced m minus 1 w to get the new basis. We span the whole vector space. Okay. So having this, so this implies m minus 1 is less than equal to n minus 1. Okay. M minus 1 is less than equal to n minus 1. So if we can bring this one this side, we get m is less than equal to n. So we have proved that. Okay, so hence the theorem, hence the lemma here. And also this statement says that here is state here. So if we take a basis of V over the field F, then if there is another set which is linearly independent, then that set should be always smaller, means the number of elements should be smaller than the number of elements of the basis set. Okay, so this lemma says that if I take a basis in V, okay, so I'm taking a basis, and if I get another set from V which is linearly independent, then the number of elements here will be always smaller than this number of elements in the basis set. Thank you.